All right, everyone, important video today. BTC has dumped, recovered. We are now correcting that recovery here on the smaller time frames. I'm going to show you my primary scenario why I think 90 to 95K is still coming for BTC. And I'm going to show you, we're going to compare Bitcoin and the S&P 500 real quick. I found something very interesting here on the charts looking back in time. But as we can see here, guys, S&P dumped quite hard. BTC held up quite nicely against the S&P 500. I did post over on X yesterday kind of what we're going to go over today. So make sure you follow me on X at chart_junkies. I said BTC held up extremely well compared to regular markets, the S&P 500. And as you can see, had a slow grind to the downside here on BTC. S&P, sharp 20% dump, which was scary over in regular markets. I get it. But when all is said and done on Bitcoin here, really not too bad of a drop. It wasn't anything crazy. I think more blood was in the S&P 500 regular markets. Definitely fear struck the markets. But as far as crypto is concerned and Bitcoin, definitely a nice dump, don't get me wrong, but just a little something, not anything out of the ordinary. You see that all the time in crypto. I still think 90 to 95K is coming, but I do think all-time high is in here, guys. I'm going to explain to you why here in a second. Just stick with me. I'm going to try to get all my thoughts out here for you. As we did say, this trend line here was going to get broken before the low was broken. We did get that. I was expecting 90 to 95K. And what happened is we just left a whole bunch of liquidity sitting up here. I can't believe they didn't take it. Decided to come down here and take this. First, we knew this was a possibility. We knew there was potential for this to happen. Did not surprise me one bit. And it's all good. The structure is still intact. Instead of coming up like so, we just came and swept this, and we're putting in more of a flat shape. I'm going to show you what's to follow here as well, so stick with me, guys. You got to stay through the whole video. Don't just watch a portion of it because you're going to get half-assed information. Please watch the whole thing. I don't want to hear you crying later and saying, oh, well, I watched the first 5 seconds and you said this is going to happen. But you need to watch the whole thing. It's 10 minutes. Give me your attention. All right. So let's quickly, before we get into the BTC analysis as to what I'm expecting and if the low is broken, what I'm expecting to play out here. We do have FOMC meeting minutes coming up tomorrow. We have CPI coming up later this week, some news events, volatility. See if we can get a pump out of it, right? Let's go over this real quick. The S&P 500 took a tumble. BTC already had been taking a tumble. And this is not anything out of the ordinary, guys. I see a lot of people saying, BTC and regular markets are, there's confluence in them. They go together. And a lot of people think, S&P 500 controls what Bitcoin does. To an extent, yes, correct, right. I mean, in general, assets kind of move together as long as they're not contradicting assets, right? Risk-on assets like BTC, they're going to dump. People are going to pull their money out of these risk-on assets before they pull their money out of stocks, before they pull, and there's a trickle-down effect. So BTC usually is going to dump and top out before the S&P 500 does. And in that sense, it would lead a dump. It would lead the S&P 500, right? So you can't just wait for the S&P 500 to make a move and then judge that on what BTC is going to do. It's kind of vice versa as far as when the bear market's approaching. You guys got to be careful who you listen to out there. And for me, I got a degree in finance, business, and economics, and I've been doing this many years. I've seen many bull markets and bear markets come and go. And this is kind of usually how it plays out, just from my experience. So what we're looking at here is circled a couple tops on Bitcoin. November 12th of 2021, we topped out. Over S&P 500, November 12th, we were still grinding to the upside. The actual top wasn't until 2 months later. About 2 months later on S&P, and Then we started coming to the downside. 2 months later on Bitcoin was right here. We were at the bottom, right? We were at the bottom of this move, and we had a nice little correction before continuation. But we were sitting at the bottom for a hot minute. Again, April 14th, 2021, BTC topped out. S&P 500. Is that a top? April 14th, 2021? S&P just kept grinding and grinding and grinding before the actual big dump. And BTC just got destroyed and bottomed out here. Bottomed out here after its dump. You know, it looks eerily similar to what we have going on here. This looks eerily similar. Let me get you an arrow. This looks eerily similar to what we have going on here. This looks very similar to what we have going on here. I mean, it's just kind of repeating for me. And you can go back even farther. We have August 16th top. S&P 500. Let me just shift over. Where we at? I don't know if I marked it. Oh, I did. Okay. Right here, where this line was. August 2019. S&P 500 just kept grinding to the upside, guys. And BTC just was grinding to the downside. Right here, February 24th, macro top. 2018. S&P 500, February 2018. And S&P just kept grinding to the upside. Grinding to the upside. Consolidating sideways, but essentially grinding to the upside before a bigger dump took place. And BTC was just dumping throughout the whole thing and just died. So, you know, money's going to flow out of risk-on assets, BTC included. Crypto in general is just a risk-on asset. That's just the general consensus. So you would expect it to dump before regular markets do. Now, with that being said, here we are, sitting at the bottom of this range. S&P took a hard hit. BTC took a soft hit because it was already at the bottom of the range, guys. We're already sitting at the bottom of the range. I expect a move up to 90, 95K. Could this take its time? Could we be in for a long, drudging kind of hit for a correction? Yeah, sure, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I would expect another leg to the downside to follow. I do believe all-time high is in for now. And I told you guys, if we took out this low, the possibility of going towards all-time high is going to be kind of out of the question for me for right now. This move to the downside is, if we're looking at this from an Elliott wave perspective, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks done. I could have entertained this being a long 4 into another 5 or some type of diagonal. This whole action right here extending out, it's just too far for me. This was pushing it right here. That was pushing it, but still a possibility. Just proportionally wise, we are extended out just way too far. We have hit too deep now. I can't in good faith call another high coming. I can't do it. But I can still call this 90, 95K hit, which we were calling for here, would have led to maybe a possible diagonal. Or we were fully aware we could have just started dumping to the downside from there. And that's kind of where I'm leaning towards now. A 90 to 95K hit in the form of a flat. And we're going to go smaller time frames on this. I'm sorry if this is a long video, guys. I have a lot to say. It's been a minute. I was super busy this weekend. Kept the Discord members updated, but posting videos is tough. Got family and friends coming in, but they are gone. We did short. Oh my gosh. If I held on to the short, we shorted the top here, 84,330 before the big dump. We saw the short setup, and oh man, where was it? We shorted this right here. We were freaking short right here, guys. Oh my god, if we held on to this all the way down, we would have been caked out. That's trading though. That's trading. Ended up closing that premature. got the big dump to follow. No problem, no problem. It's on to the next trade. But man, we were short for this. If you guys are interested in hopping in the premium Discord, I post all my trades. There's a link down in the description or the first comment pinned below. Running $20 off your first month right now if you're interested. It's only for this month, so give it a try now. 20 bucks off your entire first month with code 20 off. You'll see everything that's included if you just click the link. I got a video just kind of showing you everything that's included. Check it out. But needless to say, guys, there's still immense potential for a move to break this trend line with conviction to the upside. And how it's going to look here: correction up, correction down that broke the low, and we have a flat. I would be expecting a very impulsive wave to be coming up and hitting the highs. 95, 96K is looking very nice. You can pull fibs on this sucker, and what do we get? 1618 sitting right up at 95.5K, 96K. Love that target. And if we zoom in, and stick with me, guys, because we're going to go over if this low breaks, we have to have a contingency plan in place. So stick with me. You need to. Still sitting on the daily time frame, though. We did break out of this RSI downsloping trend line, and we are retesting it here, guys. We're retesting it. We have a lot of room to the upside for this move to happen, and we can top out RSI again and look to, you know, either correct out a little more and then come down, or just straight come down. I can't deny the way it looks. I can't be blind to the fact that the way it looks, the fear in the market, the panic in the market, it means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing. The news, it means nothing. I stay grounded in my analysis, always. Always. So I'm still waiting for this 90 to 95K move. I think it's coming. Really feel it's coming. Just zooming in real quick before we go over the scenario in which the low breaks. I do have a corrective move up. I have what looks to be a corrective move down. And when I pull fibs on this corrective move down, we are in the 1618 box. Chances of it going lower than this and still being a corrective move are slim. I have a nice little WXY situation. We were at the 1618 box. We held that. Let's start pushing to the upside, guys. That's why I love for this move to be finished on this quick sweep of the low. If we go any lower, we're going to be coming down to these lower fib targets, and you're going to be looking at a different wave structure here rather than a corrective WXY. It's going to look ugly. It's going to be tough and tricky to count. I can't deny how good this looks. We're sitting in the 1618 box on this correction. We are ready to rip 90 to 95K. Mark my words. Maybe this is a 1. We have just finished up a 2 into a 3, 4, 5. And spoiler alert, I did just alert premium members that we are going long. Let's see, where are we? Boom. We're long over in premium Discord. I don't know if you can catch this video in time, but we're sitting long. I know a lot of you guys like to counter trade me, so I mean, I don't know how that's working out for you, but be my guest here. Be my guest. Add to that liquidity to the upside for me. Would really love that. But let's see if we can hold this 1618 box and push to the upside. What's the contingency plan if we start hitting to the downside? If we start hitting to the downside, which I know a lot of people are expecting, I'm looking at 71,000 for the next kind of support zone. Why am I looking at 71K? Well, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you what's to follow after we hit this. So stick with me. This trade, guys, by the way, put it in over on Blowfin. They are the best no KYC exchange out right now. They are massive, the biggest one. They run amazing promos, trading contests. They're huge. I trust them the most. You sign up with your email, you're ready to trade. pinned in the first comment down below is a huge deposit bonus, guys. Let me actually go over here and pull it up for you real quick. You get 10% deposit bonus, up to $3,000 in bonuses there. Cap that out. Deposit max it, guys. That's huge. All you got to do is deposit. And then you also get the potential for up to $100,000 in bonuses. It's just based on your trading volume. So depending on how much you actually trade volume-wise, you will get all of these bonuses. You get USDT airdropped into your account. You're not actually getting a Rolls Royce for a day. You're getting the USDT price value deposited into your account. So check it out. This is good through April 20th. It's the Chart Junkies exclusive promo. It's the morning routine. You know, the morning routine meme guy with the Saratoga spring water. That's what we're doing here. Go get you some of that, guys. Pinned in the first comment down below. We'll enter you. Also, use code ChartJunkies if you just want to download the app and use the code ChartJunkies. You will see this promo on the screen. Read it. Check it out. All right. Now, lastly, this bearish scenario down to 71K. I can see a world, if we are forgetting about this right here, that we have hit out the 786, if we are forgetting that, you know, zoomed in real quick, this corrective move is at the 1618 box. I'll pull the fibs again for you. If we take all that out of the equation, see we're in the 1618 box, and say, screw it, I'm not looking at the smaller time frames, I'm just looking more, you know, big picture. Okay, I can see the low breaking down to the 1-to-1 of a possible WXY right here, which I have drawn out. In which we have a correction down, correction up, correction down. Would be an extended correction down, but nonetheless, correction down. We have a fair value gap sitting right here, looking to come fill this at some point. Doesn't mean it needs to get filled right this second. We have filled this one. We are holding this one. Let's come up and retest these, you know, suck up some of this liquidity, and then we can come down and take this. Guys, we can even get hit with a flat pattern right here like this and then come down, right? There's a lot of possibilities that can happen. Just low-hanging fruit. As a trader, I'm looking at the immediate trades here. I'm not really looking to hold something for a month. You know what I'm saying? But I can see this coming into play, and then once we hit the 1-to-1, I'll be looking long yet again for, you guessed it, a break out of this trend line. Probably have more of an ABC shape. We could take our time, put in an ABC, and double correct and do WXY. Didn't mean to draw that so big. There we go. Put in more of like a WXY shape, and then come down to the downside. But whether we're gonna take this out now, take this out later, take the trend line out now, take the trend line out later, what I can say is I do believe all-time high is in. I do believe we have started some kind of a bear market here. We are in a bear market. And we're just going to look to kind of wiggle our way up out of here. Just kind of go sideways, whether it's now, whether we come down and do that later. And then, you know, once all the big boys are out, up here around 100K, I think everyone wants to kind of get out here at 100. And then we can come on and take this down to lower levels like so. How low do we go? Time will tell. Would be looking to take this out and put in some type of correction. I'm going to go to something a little bit, something that has a little more chart history. Looking big picture, guys. I mean, on the daily, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks great to be finished. We knew it was just about finished. Trying to squeeze one more little high in. Didn't get it. No problem. We're finished. Looking at least something like this to correct this entire move down. This is Elliott wave. This is how it works. And then, hey, potential for big pumps, guys. Big pumps. All right. This would be the next thing that I'm looking for. But this is way in the future. I'm just kind of showing you big picture what I'm expecting as of right now. And whether this was happening now or we were getting the one more high and then it was going to happen later, still was expecting this wave no matter what. No matter what, was expecting some type of a bear market correction, whether it was going to happen later, if we were going to get that one more high and come down like so. Was still expecting this, looking out for it. Nothing has changed there. We're getting it right now, it seems. But we'll see what happens. Tomorrow is FOMC meeting minutes, I believe. We'll see what they got to say. CPI on Thursday. Should be interesting. Guys, make sure you check out Premium Discord. Make sure you give Blowfin a try. Links are pinned in the first comment down below. Drop a follow on X at @chart_junkies. I appreciate you guys watching this video all the way through if you did. Hope you guys are learning something from this stuff. That's the goal. Smash the like button if you did. Make sure you're subscribed. Trade safe, everyone. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Love you.